Dad Dash here, and I wanted to come to you today to go over something that I use, a tool I developed that I think may help some of you out there with trying to figure out how to value out orders, and hopefully it would help you to, if you're confused about order selection or how you can try to make better selected orders. This kind of breaks it down in this worksheet and kind of gives you all aspects you should be looking at. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of explain to you what you're looking at here on this worksheet. The second thing I want to let you know is if you are interested in this worksheet after you watch this video and you want to look at it, use it for analysis, use it while you're out there, simply contact me at dad-13@gmail.com and I'll happily send it to you. If you're not already subscribed, I'd ask you to subscribe to the channel. It's the only thing I ask back. It's completely free and meant to help you guys out there. So let's jump in here. So the first thing is figuring out your max, mid, and low. And I like to have a max, mid, and low. What do I want to earn? Right now I have it set up for my market $20 to $30. So I want to fall within that range. And I'd love to be over 30, but that's most of the markets I work. That's a solid range to try to fall within. And once you put in your targets, it's going to give you your per minute earnings. So whatever you're going to be targeting that day, I recommend you go after your max. So then if worst case scenario is you fall back to somewhere between 30 to 25. And if you have a really bad day, you're somewhere between 25 and 20. And hopefully you're not below 20 as far as the orders that you're selecting. It will give you your per minute earnings. So all you have to do is divide whatever your offer is by those figures, and that will get you the time you need to complete the order in order to have the order value of at least $25, $30, or $20, or to fall within between. So it'll give you a target that you can start to use to break the order down. And then I'll show you over here. It kind of does it for you, but I'll show you the things you should be looking. And then it will also give you the maximum miles based on your market. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Based on the minutes per mile on your market, it'll tell you what's the maximum drivable miles you can drive on the given offer amount. So we'll start to help you work with those figures, learn those figures. And these miles should be looked at in two ways. One, for your delivery value, and two, for your actual value. And actual value is not just to the drop-off of the food or groceries, but it is then how long after the fact, after that drop-off, did it take for you to get another order. So that means that's going to help you to focus on order drop-off location and making sure that you're taking orders that are not just at good restaurants, but that they're going to strong places that will set you up to get an order quickly and keep a good flow going to whatever time you're working. So that's why you should be looking at the estimated delivery order value and the estimated actual order value. And your goal is the understanding that there will be waits, but you can finance your wait by getting that delivery order value as high as possible. And then if you have to wait a little bit, then that order amount, that value is going to come down a bit. But if it comes down within the range you want to be at, between $30 to $20, this will help you to understand that, and it will help to give you the time frames that you need to be focusing on when you're out here looking. Now on this side over here, this is basically the things you need to focus on. You can kind of look at it as a guide map. You're going to first put in your offer amount. And using this example I have off here to the side, we'll put in $7.25. The miles that's on this offer is 5 miles. The estimated return time is something you're going to have to estimate. So where do you believe, based on that offer that you're looking at, how long do you think it would be before you would get another order? Now, on this particular offer, on this particular location, I would probably say it'd be about 5 minutes before we'd be back in range again to get another order. And let's see, oh, there we go, 5 minutes. So we'll put 5 minutes in there. Now, average wait time, I use an average wait time in my market. It's about 3 minutes wait to get out of my car, get in, get out. Now, some restaurants are higher than others, and if you would be using this calculator in real time, you can use, and if you're using certain apps, will actually record it and give you an average, which I use that. That's one of the features in the driver utility app. And you can use that kind of as a gauge also for your Grubhub orders and Uber Eats orders. Unfortunately, the Maximo app does not keep track of weight, but it gives you a good guidepost. And then you can I also keep a spreadsheet of all the weights. So I have an ability to go back and look at this. So I know pretty strong that 3 minutes is an average time to put in there. 2 minutes at the drop time, meaning from when you arrive at the customer's house, drop the food off, take your picture, get back to your car. So I put about 5 minutes down for that. Now in the Charlestown market, the average minutes per mile is about 2.85 minutes per mile. And I came up with that from market analysis. And also, you can also, if you're not really familiar with what it is, if you're not keeping detailed stats on stuff like this, you can also very easily figure it out by simply collecting a few of your addresses that you're going for drop-offs, plugging them into Google Maps later, and kind of taking a look and getting a feel for exactly how long, what it'll give you a time, it'll give you amount of miles, and you can just divide that in. It'll give you a figure to put in here, and then you get an average. This doesn't have to be scientific or exact. You just want something to give you an idea. So in this case, 2.85 minutes. So when we're looking at this order right here, if I accept this order, and it says $7.25, and we all know DoorDash does extra tips, extra money, but as offered, this order right now with a 3-minute wait, 2-minute drop off, 5 minutes estimated return time, and 5 miles driven from where I received the offer to the restaurant and then to the customer, which is about a 14-minute drive time, it would tell me that I would expect, it would then give you an estimate, and it will tell you the estimated time that order time that's going to probably take you, which is about 19 minutes, and that the estimated delivery order value would then be $22.60. And then if it did take 5 minutes for you to find another order, it would then tell you that your estimated actual order value would fall to $17.94, which is going to give you a great idea of what you would be earning. So if you're working 4 hours, times that by 4, times that by 5, tell you exactly what you're on pace for, and that would mean that you would be having an actual order time of about 24 minutes. And then it also gives you the maximum miles that you should be traveling. So in other words, if you want to look at this and say, all right away, you can look at this and say, all right, if your goal today is to make 25 to 30 and you're at 5 miles, and it's going to tell you right here, so you don't even really have to do, you can, if you're this box right here, and this information is meant to give you a very quick turnaround time, so you can, because you only have 30 seconds. So if you had this on the phone or a tablet, you can keep that tablet right there. Obviously, I'd recommend you not driving around when you're doing this, but if you're sitting there analyzing orders, you open the tablet, put in the offer amount, put in the miles, put in a brief estimate of return time, and in about 5 seconds, you're going to have the information you need. And you're going to should already know in your mind what you're looking for. So if you were looking to average between $20 to $30 an hour order value, then you would be able to look at this and say, okay, it does fall within those parameters. So you could accept it. But if you were saying, no, I'd rather fall within the $25 to $30 range, I don't want to be down here, I don't want to be taking orders like that at this particular time of day between the 20 and 25 mark, then you could very easily know right away this is not an order you want, decline it, move on. And then, like I said, you can go deeper into it and say, okay, well, let's look at it and see, all right, maybe you look at it and go, well, wait a minute, all right, that falls within 25 to 20, but I want my actual order value to be at least $20 or higher, and you're going to see right away that this is under $20, so you would now have criteria to go ahead, turn it down, move on, and get your next offer. Now, obviously, I do, if you're multi-apping or you have a lot of orders coming in, then this is going to be confusing. However, if you're using this sheet in conjunction with something like Maximo or Driver Utility app, which is going to get rid of a lot of the crap orders, the underwater orders, orders that are not reaching a dollar amount that you would like. And this also would help you to decide those parameters, because you can come in here and take a look and say, okay, what is the absolute smallest order for this market? So you can start to look and see what is the miles I need to make sure that I'm willing to do. So if you're looking at a $5, in this case, $7.25, offer here is $7.25 in this market. Is there a way to feasibly make $25 an hour? And there is. 4 miles and $7.25, 4 and $7.25 in this market. So to me, that's reasonable enough to say you could set that parameter up and think that that's reasonable. You will see orders reaching that range. But you can use this to help set your goals, set your parameters, those type of things. So we're going to look at a couple orders here. I'll take you through, show you what I do with them. So if I actually got this order in real time, and I accepted this order in real time from Uber. So we'll go ahead and type it in. I did not use this sheet. was able to make the determinations I needed to make because I knew my market. But this, again, is meant to help take you through the steps. And it also is something I use after the fact to look at the decisions I made, whether it's a turn down or an acceptance, and say, hey, what do I think about the offer that I made? So this would be about a 3-minute return time, I would say, on this. Wait time at this particular restaurant is about 3 minutes, and going in, going out, and then you've got 2 minutes drop off. So obviously, this is a no-brainer order. Everything lines up nicely. The estimated delivery order value, $40.13. Estimated actual order, $34.18. And it's telling you that the amount of miles you could travel in this market with $11.54 offer is you could drive 6 miles and still make $30 an hour. You could drive 8 and make 25, and drive 10 and you're still making at least $20 based on time, which is the only thing that really matters when it comes to order value. So this is an easy acceptance based on these parameters and based on the minutes per mile in the market. So the next order we're going to bring up here is going to be Five Guys. We'll type it in, 1562. By the way, I did not take this order, and you'll see why. So we're going 9.8 miles, which tells you 28-minute drive time, and then you're going to see an estimated order return time. Here's where it really gets hairy. It's about 15 minutes. So that's why I would definitely not take that order. And then at Five Guys, add that in with at least a minimum wait time of 5 minutes, sometimes longer, because they have to prepare the fries. And then drop-off time would be about 2 minutes. Shouldn't be bad. Drop-off time at the customer here in this instance, I'll leave that at the average of 2 minutes. So where do we fall in now? You're going to see that with this particular offer, you could still drive 9 miles and make $30 an hour based on order minutes. However, the big issue here is not in the estimated delivery order value, which, as you can see, even with a 5-minute wait, even with a 2-minute drop-off, in 28-minute drive time, it's still leaving time in there that you could absolutely get to at least $25 to $30 an hour. The big problem is what happens with the actual order value because of the return time, or we could say even return miles if you're looking at a profitability and minutes to mile ratio, which says this is a turn down order. And this is one of those situations where you could be taking orders like this that you're thinking, okay, order value is strong, but you're looking at only one piece of order value, and this is the hidden component that could be driving your earnings down. So once you start to realize, hey, listen, this is a problem. The location of the drop-off is a big problem in this instance, and this is dragging my earnings down. You make that correction, start looking at that better, start targeting places that say, let's say we have a 5-minute return. Now this thing goes up to $23.47. If we have a 3-minute return, okay, $24.71, and so on and so forth. There is some value in this order if taken under the right circumstances and if taken in the right way. And if you find a restaurant, say with my normal parameters, which is a 3-minute wait, there you are. You're at $28.46 and $26.08, driving up those order values. So this is stuff you've got to look at, stuff you've got to be very aware of when you're out there. So this is the final order we'll take a look at. This is actually in my home market. So the miles in my home market at this particular area is about 1.85 minutes per mile. And the average wait time at this particular restaurant falls within the average of 3 minutes. Drop-off time would be within the average of 2 minutes. And then we're going to say $6.25. There's definite potential for hidden tip here, although there's probably also a lot of potential. Those 18 items are absolutely not anything more than packets of sauce. And you can see right here that this is a supercharged order, that because if you can take this order, and I know I could complete this order and fit right in with these parameters, you would have a $45.02 estimated delivery order value. If you could complete it within the 8 minutes that this estimate would say, if you're hustling and meeting all of these parameters, and then if you got an order within 3 minutes, it would end up being a $33.10 order. Obviously, wanting to meet strong. Again, the thing is, if you're consistently following a strong order value strategy, then hopefully the next order that you accept has a strong order value, and you will therefore start to earn exactly along the lines of what this calculator is telling you it will be, because you're taking orders that represent great value. And then this also tells you that 625, the maximum miles you should consider traveling, would be about 4 miles, 5 miles for the $25, and 7 miles for the low end there. Now remember, these are mileage estimates based on just solely on the drive time, and taking into account a 3-minute wait and a 2-minute drop off. So, do keep that in mind. And of course, that can also change drastically based on the minutes per mile. So guys, hopefully this was helpful. This is just, like I said, something that I use. For me, it's more of a tool to use and analyze choices I've made, while I was out, using my screenshots and trying to become better at selecting orders and seeing the impact of my decisions and choices. This is also something that I could say could be very helpful to somebody out there who's trying to learn this, who doesn't want to have to sit there and do all this math on a calculator or whatnot. And it will strengthen and improve your order value or your order selection, in a big way. So guys, if you're interested in this sheet, let me know. I'm more than happy to share it. If not, take some of the information from this that you've seen here on the screen. You can even use that yourself, come up with your own sheet, or just use a calculator. And you can see the targets right there. If you freeze the video, you'll see the targets of 50 cents, 42 cents, and 33 cents, which are the targets. If you want to generate order values between $20 and $30, you take those figures, simply divide them into the offer amount, and it's going to give you the minutes that you need to complete the order. And then you can do some quick math if you understand minutes per mile, what your market's giving, and you can even figure out what are max miles you should be looking at. And this would be very helpful, as I mentioned earlier, if you're using a driver utility app or you're using Maximo, and you can use this to input your parameters that you're willing to drive and that you're willing to take, and what your market is going to what will be profitable orders in your market. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, share this video, hit that subscribe button. And guys, stay safe, stay profitable, and I'll talk to you soon.